And welcome everyone to yet another session of Flames of the Divine. Talos' player is running a little bit late at the moment. It would seem he just woke up. So
Here he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry guys, just woke up.
No worries.
I'm also just booting my up, so
Right. Well, either way, last session, in the various players went to sleep, except not all of them did. Rick had been called to a mysterious meeting out in the outer residential districts, and Silo decided to follow him. Along the way, they made some interesting discoveries and also got mugged by two goblins in a Tanaruk. Meanwhile, yeah, and meanwhile, back at the quarter, Heaven had a most uncomfortable dream. So now, at this point, everyone is back at the quarters Lady Hilna has provided. It's still the same night. What do you want to do? It's like 2 in the morning at this point.
Taking a little nap, of course.
Heaven is just, if it's, you said it's like 2 in the morning?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, the point in that general area of time, at least.
Heaven is just going to try and get back to sleep, and she decides to quietly play one of her 2 instruments, a dulcimer, and plays a soft tune to try and get her to sleep.
Go ahead and roll performance. I mean, it helps it doesn't really get you to sleep, but it helps settle your nerves at least.
Well.
Fast forward to the morning or what now? Oh.
Now what?
I think Cleo has mic issues. Can't hear you.
I'm not talking.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm just. Will continue until the morning.
So yeah, to the morning.
And okay, very well. You you sleep. You all in that case, you all sleep until the morning, and you wake up in various states of rest. Like wasn't exactly a restful night for most of you.
All right. Talos wakes up, with a growl and a stretch, and he says, "Good morning, everyone."
Good morning. Good morning.
5 more minutes.
Heaven yawns, bags under her eyes. Morning.
What happened? What happened with you? What happened with you, Heaven? Did you not get that much sleep?
No, not really. I tried getting myself back to sleep, but it took longer than I wanted.
Is
And I
everything
j-
okay? What happened?
It's nothing.
Hmm. Well
Though,
then,
though, the was having aware that CeeLo and Rick came back late.
Uh, well, as we established last session, like you were at least still awake when they got back.
Right.
Like you had been woken up by it at that point.
Well, I wasn't the only one who was up late. She points to CeeLo and Rick. What? What did you get up to last night?
Rick looks pretty groggy towards the group and just shrugs. Mm, nothing special.
I can deny that. Openly talking to the assassin that tries to kill us is not a very thing I would say. Nothing special.
you did what now?
Assassin.
Wait, what? Rick is like, wait, what?
We are all going to have breakfast first, and then we are going to discuss this.
Okay, well,
Yes.
all right. Okay, so for the sake of brevity, you all settle down for like a nice ace breakfast. Like, they got the pomegranate harvesting yesterday. So like, there's a lot of pomegranate based ace products on the menu today.
Neat.
Don't really know what those would entail, but you got them. And then I assume you all sort of head somewhere private and you just lay out everything that happened.
Much as we could, me privately, yeah.
Definitely privately.
Well, the floor is yours then.
All right, Rick. So you want to care to explain why you were talking to that man last night?
Yes. Mapash had gotten a little note from him to one of his companions. The Mapash didn't know that was the assassin that we fought at. I don't know. When we came back here.
I don't know if he recognized you, but I recognized him pretty well.
I don't think he recognized. Nor did I recognized him. Apparently.
Well, that's that.
Actually, okay. Go on.
And then later, we also, well, Rick got attacked while I was following him.
You were attacked by the Violet Flame cultists.
No. The Mapash Rick didn't knew that Cleo was following him, the satyr, because he had her familiar on his head, which assassin didn't even mind, it seems. And it was an ambush of a Tanawak.
A Tanara.
Yes. These things are quite nasty.
Couldn't take it down. Our only option was to run.
We did, your family did a number on him. But yeah, He tried to knock me out instead of killing the Mapash.
So they were looking to capture you.
Yes.
Likely looking for some sort of hostage exchange, I imagine.
Rick doesn't know. It was in the not so rich section of this huge place after all.
There's no way you can visit him anyway, to be honest. They made sure that they moved as they talked. As in, they'll probably leave the next morning.
Actually, if you guys want to ambush said assassin, I could arrange. The Mapash could arrange that. But honestly, Rick thinks it could serve as a good way of getting more information about the strange cult and why they are hunting down these mark bearer.
Well, it certainly wouldn't be a bad idea. Especially if we come more prepared this time. However, with that,
sorry, go ahead.
However, with that being said, Rick, I have to say that I understand whatever information that this individual was offering must have been tempting to you. But if you ever get something like that again, you have to tell us.
Okay. Roll me what was it again that if someone is lying or not?
Insight. Okay, Rick roll deception, and everyone else who cares to roll insight. Oh my. Talos, Rick seems like a trustworthy fellow. Same to you.
Leo, do you also want
Sorry.
to roll insight or?
Sorry, I was a bit slow.
I've seen it.
Rick seems like a perfectly trustworthy fellow to all of you.
Rudy doesn't trust anyone.
Yeah, but he doesn't seem like he's lying at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just clarifying.
Yeah, I get you.
What about CeeLo?
Nah, I'm not gonna roll that. I can't beat that anyway.
Yeah, like well, I should clarify. Like, if basically what you can gather right now is if he's lying, he's doing a very good job of it.
So.
Oh wait, hold on. I forgot to do this.
Huh?
Oh no, he's just activating his dark blessing.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, what are you all gonna do today?
Heaven's gonna go out and buy some crossbow bolts.
Okay. You can. I'm not gonna go through any fancy role play for that because it's like something as basic as that. Like you could find that in just any general store in a city.
Just tell me how much I owe for 5 crossbow bolts.
I don't know.
It's a gold for a group of 10, right?
Yeah, so 5 silver.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, so your exam is in 2 days. So hey, so until then, your schedules are basically free of any commitment.
Hmm. Talos would actually like to is Lady Hilna, I believe. Yeah, Lady Hilna, is she hanging around the estate that we're staying at?
Yeah, like like if she would be yeah, like she's got yeah, she's in her yeah, she's got at a bit of a study room separate right now. Like she's basically in her office.
All right. Well, Talos will excuse himself from the group and say that he's going to talk with Hilda about the
Hilda.
offer that Hilna, about the offer that she gave us a day or two ago.
And okay. So yeah, knock on the door. So I assume you knock on the door, as is only polite.
Yeah, he gives a knock.
Come in.
Talos comes in and he pokes his head through the door.
Talos. Good morning. Roll a quick insight on her.
Give me a minute.
It is abundantly clear that she also has not been sleeping very well.
Seems like quite a few of us in this household has not been getting quite the rest they need.
Right. Tell me, Talos, you've been. Tell me, Talos, you've been like on the road fighting people, lived by the sword, and all that. You've been doing that for a while now, right?
Yeah, he's been doing it for a while. I'd say the better part of a year and a half.
Tell me, is it always that bloody as what I saw at my estates on the outskirts?
Yeah. Sometimes more, sometimes less. It's never the thing that. Well, Talos goes thoughtful a moment, and he does approach her, but sort of keeps within, talking distance. I get like a social
Of
social
course,
space.
I get you.
Like he's not invading the personal space to do this, but he's close enough to where they can look at each other clearly.
Right.
He folds his arms and he ponders and he says, "It's never about whether or not how bloody a fight gets. It's more often wondering if a fight will break out at all. Life is uncertain like that, and well, as you're all aware, we're all willing to fight and, well, do whatever we need to for what we believe in or what we what we are pursuing. I'm
Ugh.
not saying that I am making justifications to, well, the loss of life, but sometimes these are the facts of life, and I have had to deal with them for, well, since I was a cub."
Well, thank you. Like, but well, of course, I assume you didn't just come up here to be my therapist. Is there something I can do for you?
Oh, yes. The the offer that you gave myself and my companions, could I inquire more as to what it is that you wanted us to do?
Oh, yes, of course. The all my information. Well, I don't have all the information yet. An associate of mine is still scouting out the region, making inquiries. But basically, an old temple has been sort of stumbled across in the Valley of Life and Death.
Talus ears like twitch and raise. Is that you found a temple there?
Yes. we're not really sure who to. It doesn't match. But it's well, we're not sure who it's to. It doesn't show up on any maps of the region. And but yes, and well, yes, I thought that might get your attention. So she pulls out out a map. She pulls out a map of out of the whole region, and she just points out an area on it. It's around here, and she just like taps a finger on like a specific spot.
And you're almost certain that you found it in the valley.
And well, my associate claims he has, and like you're looking at the spot. Well, so Talos, actually, this is something you know. The spot she's pointing at is not very far from your family's territory. It's not right next door or anything, but like it's within like a day or two's ride, maybe. If you, but also the spot she's pointing at, there's a plateau in the area that like basically everyone in your homeland has always been warned never ever to go near.
Talos sighs and sort of pinches the bridge of his nose a little, and he says, "I believe I know where your associate may have gone to."
Really?
There is an area next to where my pride calls home. We've been warned since birth never to go there. And considering this is a temple, I imagine there was a very good reason for that.
Well, so wait, so you're saying you know the area?
I have lived there most of my life, yes.
Oh, that would up the payment considerably, but we can wait until my associate gets back to hash over details for you to make your decision.
As I said, we were warned never to go there, so whether or not, I don't know if it's dangerous or, well, it's just typical Leonin faithlessness.
Indeed, but well, I do. Well, in any event, and I do hope you considered my offer. Like you, as I have just learned, you in particular would be invaluable on this trip.
I'm aware. I'll pass on the message and we will discuss it together. Well, thank you for your time, Lady
Of course.
Hilma.
Of course.
Oh, and one final thing.
Yes?
He gets a little closer, but not too close, and he says, "I understand having a goal to strive for and living for a passion, but do try to take care of yourself."
Uthal keeps telling me that too.
And he tells you for a very good reason.
Yes.
We should not let our obsessions drive us.
Go ahead and roll persuasion, just in real fast.
Sure, give me a minute.
Ooh. Well, I'll make sure to keep that. I'll make sure to keep that in mind.
Well then, you have a good day. Now, I'm sure we'll speak
As
again
well.
soon.
Of course.
And Talos will leave the room, of course.
Okay, so the floor is yours.
Rick is pretty much trying to study.
So, save for heaven, I imagine everyone is currently home.
Well, that's up to them.
Well, after having it done getting her crossbow bullets resupplied, she looks for a library to study.
Uh, you, well, you are there. Well, there is a college campus it's nearby. It's actually where you'll be taking the test, and it does have a library available.
Is it open to the public?
It, it, uh, yes. Like, it has the usual rule. Let's keep it down. There's a coffee. There's a coffee shop near next door, or if you want it.
All right. Before I go, I buy a bunch, like a notebook and a pen or a quill and inks, and head to the library.
Okay, like that will cost you coppers. Like, you don't need to mark that off.
Yeah, I don't even have coppers. I just have silver and gold.
Mark off a silver, or just for the principle of it.
All right. And I go and study.
Okay, but on your way, as you head just that way, you pass by a rather foreboding building with, and just like it seems to be just like it's just like this very grim and uninviting looking, if you will, with a skull. Like there is a skull carved above the doorway, and the door is very visibly locked and guarded.
Is there any any windows that I can look into?
None.
Not even ones to the basement?
Nope. Like, this building is meant to look as uninviting as possible.
Heaven takes a note of this before heading off to the library.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, she
actually,
oh, she-
you. No. Silo's the only one who would know what this is.
yeah, Heaven makes a note to see if someone would in her group would know about what that place is before when she comes back.
Okay, so so you you find in the quiet corner of the library to study. And and then it's like lots of books. It's just like there's a couple of quiet side rooms so you can just read in. And like it's basically it's like a very square, stately building. Like it's a college library. Like if you've ever been to college, you know what they look like.
Yeah, I've been to college.
Yeah.
So yeah, Heaven. Hopefully, they gave her a syllabus on what the subjects to study for are before.
Yeah, they did.
Okay, so Heaven looks for books that would align with the syllabus before finding a quiet, empty table to study at.
Yeah. Like, okay, yeah. Like, again, like, this is more, like, this is more in line with a driving exam than an actual, like, college exam. So you won't need to study too deeply, but go ahead and roll Arcana just to see how well you understand all of it and internalize it. Okay, so
my brain fizzles out.
Yeah. Well, you grabbed one of the you wound up grabbing one of the most advanced textbooks in the entire library, and you might as well be looking at advanced calculus cold.
Yeah, Heaven's Mind is just that sound dial-up computers make when they're trying to make a connection.
The AOL sound, yeah.
Yeah, that is just going on in their head. Like, I don't understand any of this.
Yeah.
Well, I can't read.
Yeah.
So, unless unless there's anything else, Evan will just try and study before heading back with the others.
Okay. Right.
Party.
Okay. So. Okay. Hey, Talos and Heaven have all done stuff. CeeLo, Rudy, Rick, you guys want to do anything?
Oh, Rick is studying, pretty much.
Okay.
He doesn't care that he is in the middle of someone's room or doing something else.
Yep. Okay, Rudy, you actually don't need to take this test because it's because you're already licensed.
Yeah, and also I would like to attempt to sneak out of the house.
Oh, I was going to say I was going to go that can happen first.
We can do that first. I'm in no rush.
No, it's fine. If you're going to sneak out, then go and sneak out.
Rudy isn't gonna sneak out immediately. She would be around if you need her. What did you need?
Okay. Oh, I was just going to hand Hope over to guard you.
Ah, right.
Okay. So, how quiet are you actually trying to be? Like, how important is the sneaking to you?
Well, not that quiet because Rudy's still taking the pseudo dragon. It's just she's walking out while everyone else is busy and doesn't really say where she's going.
Okay, where are you going?
I would like to go. I'm not sure what this would be called, but it's like an official, a place where I can show my scroll of pedigree.
You want the embassy?
Yes, the embassy. That would be it.
Right. Okay, so there's a sort of a middle-aged elf sort of working the desk. Desk there.
It's not too cold in here, is it?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
There's a middle-aged elf working the desk there. He's in the middle of eating his lunch, sorry, I'm eating my dinner right now while trying to talk. Hello?
I will.
You have business here?
Rudy will unroll the scroll and place it down so that he can see it.
And so he sort of like scans it and like, one moment while I pass this along, and he sort of like scrambles back into the back room.
Rudy will roll up the scroll and put it back in her things.
And then, one moment. I need to I really should keep this thing tabbed. So an older elf in what what you recognize as platinum dragon armor comes out and and Lady Elisee, this is an unexpected pleasure. My name I am Ambassador Eluin. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And he just holds out his hand for a handshake.
Rita stares at it for a moment, and then just... Let me double check something really quick. And she just begins to speak. I want to know what news you bring. What news you have heard of the Elf City.
Okay. The okay, so well, out of character, that's a very big subject. So, is there anything in particular she wants to know?
Specifically, she's looking for information about her family, and...
Oh, well, they're in a bit of an uproar right now. One of your own went missing. Oh. Well, he'll be glad to hear you're safe. You just there's a moment of realization just there. Like, oh, that's. Huh. I believe. And so, yes, would you like me to? I assume you'll want a message sent to them.
Rudy will actually pause it briefly at that and then simply say, "Tell them not to follow me." Then she turns and walks out.
Roll insight.
Sure thing.
He seems distinctly nonplussed by your manners. Usually she's curt.
I get that a lot. And Rudy will keep walking.
Very well. Okay.
And after that, Rudy will just go home and read her books like the absolute nerd she is. And that's it.
When
Alright.
Ruby returns, she will see if one or two more books that Scylla always had and left them on her pile.
Really? Rudy will actually briefly pause at this and pick them up, and then she will sit down and immediately start reading them instead.
Aww.
It's a bunch of fantasy adventure, even though this is a fantasy adventure. This is more like made up crazy fantasy adventure.
Dragon Riders. Sure, that's very logical. She keeps reading anyway.
At the meantime, is having smoke coming out of his head.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to do.
Alright, cool. So, I take it everyone's home now, yeah?
Yes, I guess. No,
All right,
Heaven isn't. Is Heaven back, or is she not back yet?
What time of day is it?
Cram school, she won't be back till 4 a.m.
And she'll have learned absolutely nothing of importance.
She's not Rudy. She'd probably be back like around 5-ish.
All right, so I guess we'll say between Talus thinking to himself and studying as well, we just fast forward to when everyone's back home.
Pretty
Alright.
much.
But yeah, Talus does do studying. It's just he's more focused on, the big news.
All right.
And all right, Talus raises his voice. Everyone, come to the dining hall.
One moment. Wait.
Heaven,
Nah, go
Heaven
ahead.
just Heaven just brings her notes with her studying through them as she walks. While mumbling, I can't believe I have to go through all this just to cast dancing lights one night. Work.
And
It's all
well, dancing lights is fine. Shatter is not. That's the difference.
It's a thing of bureaucracy. They want to just prevent the, what are they called? The Viennans from being able to use certain spells, and it failed anyway, but they still do it.
Bills of magic.
Okay.
Wait, did you say
Philo-
Viernans?
Okay, everyone roll history to see what actually is.
Rudy
I
does.
got credit.
And
The heck?
Rudy is still an elf. She's going to have some misgivings against Vienna because of it.
oh yeah, like that's okay. So Silo, that's not quite it. This is in place to make sure that unlicensed mages aren't slinging around fireballs all over the place. Now, it was instituted in large part because of the Arcanians, but even without them being allowed in the city anymore, it still serves a purpose.
Scylla, with this knowledge, just gives a sweet smile and just nods. Yeah, that sounds about right. The Viernans.
Whatever.
And Heaven, you're just thinking, damn dirty Vienna.
That's exactly what she's thinking.
All right.
But yeah,
I mean,
I guess everyone is now in the dining room, right?
yep.
Rudy is reading
Alright,
a book
so-
that has the title The Legend of the Golden, and then in air quotes it's sword.
I see.
Scylla just smirks happily.
Yeah.
Sounds thrilling. Anyway.
It actually sounds a little dirty.
That
All
was
right.
the joke.
A little dirty, you innocent wife. So anyway.
Heaven, meet the joke. Joke, meet heaven.
Anyway.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Go
I
on.
so yeah,
know.
Talus is sort of sitting there just looking more deep in thought than any of you have really seen him think. Like, he does seem thoughtful at times, but this is like philosopher pondering almost.
Scylla waves a hand in front of him.
Oh, hello, Sealer. Sorry, I didn't see you come in.
You know, Talus, if you keep thinking like that, I'm pretty sure your brain cells will just like implode.
That's
Heck,
highly
brain
illogical.
cells.
Well, I haven't had to use my mind all that much since I left. Well, since I was at home, so perhaps I am overworking it. But regardless, speaking of home, I talked to Lady Hill. I talked to the lady of the house not that long ago, and I actually have information on the next job that she wishes for us to undertake.
Oh, great. Are we know her errand boys or what?
This one is somewhat of an interest to me. I understand if the rest of you are not too particularly thrilled about it, but allow me to explain. It seems as though her associate has decided to leave south from Lundrock and has found themselves in the Valley of Life and Death.
Life and Death, where we know. Oh, that place.
Yeah, Rick. Yeah, the ancestral home of all beast folk,
Yep.
and also one of the most dangerous places on Norheen, purely because of the
Yep.
wildlife.
Going there is suicidal.
It's not that bad.
Duh. For us too, but for the others not.
Regardless, something of interest seemed to have caught my eye in that. Where is that? It appears the lady's associate has found a temple. And what's more, it's a temple that is located close to where my pride lives.
Probably cultists.
Well, considering that it's a temple on our ancestral home, and we have long since disavowed the gods, it probably would be a hotbed for cultists. Yes, assuming they can get past all the dangerous wildlife and everything else.
I
But
bet they gotten split half by Tannerworks before they got there.
I had a similar theory, but she seems rather certain that her associate will be fine. Otherwise, I doubt that. Well, either that or they have perhaps somehow obtained the help of some of the other prides, or maybe even hired off some gnolls. Regardless, I'll admit, despite being errand boys, I admit that this has, well, gained my interest. I especially, well, I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little homesick. It's been about a year and a half since I've been back to the valley, and, well, it would be nice to see my pride again. Of course, we would not just simply be going there because I feel like it, but more of, well, we may be able to find, if it is related to cult, as Rudy says, then we may be able to find out more about this cult and their activities if they have taken up the temple as one of their own.
Rudy will look up from a book and then say, "Tell us.
Yes?
Is this book correct in that Leonin have the longest swords?"
Rick just slams his head on the table now. And
Talus
grunts.
actually starts laughing his head off.
Evan is struggling to control her laughter.
What?
Oh. Well, I can't speak for anyone. I can't speak for anyone but myself.
Too much information.
You make swords? Rudy just sounds.
Well-
Rudy actually sounds slightly puzzled. I do not understand.
Well, would you like me to... Yes, we do make swords, after all. How else will we be able to defend ourselves down there? But
Actually,
But-
fun fact: Leonin primarily used spears.
That will make sense. We manufacture spears mostly, but
Oh.
well,
So it's not really swords then, it's spears. And she turns to Sila and then says, "Your book is not very accurate."
Oh, it's accurate, all right.
I feel like I should have seen this coming with you, Rudy.
What
Make a
sources?
scene
What
right
sources
now.
do you have that this is credible? They cannot even get the weapon of Leon's correct.
Oh, I promise you the Leona's weapons are correct in the book for that author who have done that. They have experience themselves. They have credible sources, some would say.
Roll me a
Yeah,
deception check, please.
Oh god.
So
fuck.
this is just the lusty Argonian maid, isn't it? From Skyrim.
Yes.
Could you roll me a deception, Sailor, please?
Perception? Okay.
No, deception.
Deception.
Like, okay.
You believe every word she says.
Oh yeah, yep. Rudy
It's accurate.
Rudy will glance to the book and then she will give a nod and then say, "I see. I shall have to study it thoroughly."
The references are listed in the back if you're interested.
You see, Rudy returned to reading it, and she's actually started to take notes.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Oh fuck.
Talos
Yeah,
just
like halfway across the continent, Korax shivers in his sleep for some reason. Why do I feel like she's doing something to embarrass the family?
But yeah,
I'm
Talos
sorry
just
to derail things like that, but I've been
Oh no, don't be sorry. This is great.
But it was just very like I was setting that joke up for a while there.
Just the payoff of Rudy looking to the companion who she's kind of been with for probably a few months now. It's like, is it true that Leonin have big swords? And she has no idea what she's saying. Anyway, but yeah, Talos does, chuckle a little and grin to Stilo. Regardless, I understand if none of you are too particularly eager to go to the valley, but I just figured I'd pass on what. I just figured I'd pass on the information to you. We can all decide after we've taken these little tests of ours, but afterwards we should decide on what our next move is.
I'm more surprised you wanted to actually go if it's the forbidden place to your people. Wouldn't that cause some infamy for you?
It would be less about visiting it and causing infamy, and more about making sure someone doesn't get themselves killed.
Yeah, like it's forbidden because it's dangerous, not because it's bad.
I didn't know what the forbidden part meant. Could mean either or.
I mean, saying a place is forbidden that because it's dangerous in the Valley of Death is kind of saying something.
This book mentions a lot of forbidden things. Perhaps it is of use to this conversation.
Good thinking, Rudy, but, well, if we go down there, I'm sure we'll be able to collect the information that we need.
Have you got to page 69 yet? Still jumping up and down.
Yes, that page was very confusing.
I am sad.
Dang it, Silo.
I do not understand why the two women were marveling over a sword. Were they blacksmiths?
They were very, very apprentices to blacksmithing, actually, yes.
I see. I will write that down.
Alrighty.
Just keeps it going.
Mike is just pinching his nose at this point. So,
But
There's volume 2 for whenever you're ready. But don't worry about that right now.
oh,
I will read every book
what
placed
now?
in front of me. Even the most suspicious sources and fiction can have something of value.
I believe that. Rick rolls his eyes.
but regardless, as you're all currently feeling, what are your opinions?
Valley of life and death. More deaths than life.
It is normal to want to visit your family, and if this is a task you wish to complete, then I will support you in that. And in the end, it will be harder for the cultists to get to me in the valley as is, so it may be safer in the end. And then
I'm
Rudy goes
fine with
back
it.
to her book.
I'm fine with it. As long as it's after the test and we are properly prepared.
Are you prepared for the test, Heaven?
Yes, I'm preparing for the test, but we should also prepare for the journey ahead.
Hmm.
We will be going into my pride's territory, so as long as I am with everyone, you should not need to worry.
Wake is unsure about that. Did she actually offer payment?
It goes without saying, yes, though.
How much?
The exact. Actually, please do wait here for a moment. Talos quickly bolts over to Lady Hilna's study and knocks on a door again.
As he does this, Scylla just looks at the group awkwardly because this is obviously going to be a few minutes of silence, and she just asks, "How's the weather?"
Not even a chance of bullets.
I am unable to control the weather yet. I shall let you know when that has changed.
Thank you, Rudy.
I have finished this book. I will move on to the second one you provided.
I am glad.
So yeah, Talos knocks on a door and he says, "Excuse me, could I trouble you for another moment?"
Yes. She's still writing on the same document, and she was when you left her.
I know a reward is without question with regards to the work, but my associates, well, they asked how much you would be paying us.
I don't. Well, I. As it stands, somewhere in the thousands, I would think. I won't know more until I have all the details from my associate.
All right, fair enough. I'll pass that on. Sorry to interrupt you.
No worries. No worries.
Talos gently closes the door and rushes back to everyone. He's panting slightly, but he's good. She says potentially somewhere within the thousands.
Potentially.
She would need to hear back from the researchers she sent ahead, but that's what she told me.
Well, first gotta do that strange, whatever it's called, so I can cast my spells in this place.
All right, so well, it seems like we unanimously agreed to take this task on once we finished with our obligations.
Sounds good.
Could have casted your wounds yesterday, but it's a permit. Bah.
I do not believe most authority figures would think less of you if you were trying to heal someone's wounds, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Like, okay, yeah, like Silo, you would have to know that for that sort of thing, and generally, like he'd get like a stern verbal warning if any of the guards happen to actually see him do it. Like, technically, it's required. How strictly is enforced tends to depend on this spell in question.
Rick is an outsider, so he doesn't know it at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, like
But-
the nuances is lost on some of the foreigners.
But regardless, since the test is not that far away, let's say we all do a what was it called? Rudy told me this before. A study session.
Oh yeah, let's try to see if the mapper's head explodes. As in, translated, he has a little bit of trouble grasping it.
Rudy just sighs. Her eyes don't even look up. She just gives this weary sigh.
Anyway, can we fast forward to the test, or do you guys have any roleplay that you have in mind?
Yeah, like, is there anything else you all want to do before the test?
The only thing is after Rudy is out of earshot from everyone, Heaven looks to the others and whispers, "Should we tell her about that book?"
Silo just pauses, and she doesn't even look thoughtful. She just smiles sweetly again. I have no idea what you're talking about.
If we're going that way, I'm not the one who is explaining the birds and the bees to her.
Oh no,
Not
she
Rick's
understands.
problem.
Oh no, she understands birds and the bees. She just finds it disgusting.
Well, you know what I mean.
I'm sure it will click for her eventually.
And what a character moment that would be! Finding an entire book about that thing which she hates. It would be the ultimate conflict.
Prepare for retaliation, Satyr.
All Heaven knows is that she's staying out of it.
It's not Rick's problem, so he is out of it too.
I mean, Dallas is worried, but it's more one of those things of it's innocent enough. I mean, he's thinking I had questions when I was a cub too, so it's not that big of a deal.
I can give you chapter 3 if you like, Talos.
Just how many chapters do you have?
I guess
thought
what they
you were
say.
out of this.
I guess what they say. I guess what they say is true. Love truly is endless.
I think this is love.
And blacksmithing, 100%.
But regardless, I got nothing else. I'm good.
You all actually read the book, and it is actually about swords and blacksmiths.
What a hook. Or that is like 40 chest author level stuff. Lure them in with the good stuff and then start talking about blacksmithing, the stuff you really want to talk about.
The fine art of making swords.
Oh, and that person's got a top up over there. Now let's go back to the how you make a sword.
So, test?
Okay, right. So, Rudy, I know you're not taking the test. Will you be present for it, though?
And it will probably be reading off in a corner with a board, with not really paying attention, but also actually paying attention.
All right. Well, in that case,
She has.
well, in that case,
She has like, she's paying attention, but she doesn't look like she's paying attention.
right. Well, I'm just gonna move you all to the room now.
Heaven's tempted to use bardic inspiration on a couple people, but she feels that would be cheating. So.
Oh yeah, they'll pick that shit up immediately.
Yes. So here's where all of you are. Rudy, arrange yourself however you will, wherever you wish. All I ask is that you. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, so, so there's the proctor is standing right here, and she introduces herself as Lamine. In there's to be this test will be coming in two parts. That's like she starts well off. There will be a written exam and a practical. The written exam will be taking place on the desks you see before you, and then the practical will be conducted outside. And there's to be no unauthorized aid given during this exam, or your test will be invalidated. Also, no outside materials are allowed. A pen and paper will be provided for you, so put all your possessions in this chest.
Scylla walks over and puts her possessions, including Hope, into the chest.
If you hadn't put Hope in there, she was gonna make you put Hope in there. Familiars have massive cheating potential.
Oh yes, they do.
Oh yeah, I could only imagine.
Yeah, you can see through their eyes, for fuck's sake.
Heaven, she puts in everything but the clothes on her back in there, including her schwam and her dulcimer.
Yeah, like
it's
yeah.
as soon as the dulcimer hits the chest, you hear a bling of the strings.
Yeah, like as you go on, and she holds you back and says, "The amulet too, young lady."
It's already in there.
Okay, I thought you weren't gonna take that off, but yeah.
I haven't even put it on yet.
Oh, you haven't? All right then.
All right. So yeah, Talos comes up next. He he takes off the shield, puts it in, pulls off his long sword and the Akron blade, puts those in, and pulls out his spear, puts that in, pulls out the bunch of javelins, put those in. It's just pretty much him putting in nothing but weapons.
Yeah,
it's like that.
This is a chest of holding. Like, it fits them all easily, despite appearing only it to be like a foot deep from the outside.
Yeah, and Talos is putting everything in like that one scene from Sinbad and the Seven Seas.
Yeah, the guy who just is ridiculously armed to the teeth.
Yeah.
Hey, careful, Hope's in there.
Sorry about that.
You look in there and you see Hope playing around with one of the javelins.
Oh, don't touch that! It's dangerous.
What do you got there? A knife? No.
But yeah, and then the little charm that he kept from his home, the one that lets him cast his magic, he reluctantly puts that in there as well.
Yeah.
Now it's Vic's turn. So you can see him putting the backpack in with all the stuff that is inside. He pulls out both his flintlock pistols, unloads them, puts them into, puts his longbow in, puts the quiver with his arrows in, the pouch with the bullets. And then he leans over to Lamine, and he actually whispers, "Ma'am, excuse me, but I have to ask this, and I don't want anyone to hear it. I have a sealed case with me.
No
I'm not
one will be
allowed-
going. No one will be going through your things, sir. No one will even be touched. It would be perfectly safe in that chest.
Yeah, but I'm, you know,
And put it in the chest, sir.
okay.
Like, yeah, like, hey, yeah, like, hey, I'm sorry, but like, a scroll case that could be full of cheating documents? Yeah, no.
I know but it's sealed, so Rick doesn't know what is in there. But
Yeah, sealed. She's heard that one before. Like, by the way, all this like disarming and like piling those weapons, Lamine seems completely unfazed by this. You're not the first bunch of adventurers she's had to do this for. You can tell.
okay,
Under any other circumstance, seeing so many weapons come out of one giant man is concerning.
Yeah.
Nah, not really. By the way,
Yeah. That's
what I just did is that Rick is not trusting anyone and is sliding the scroll case very secretly into the chest.
What?
The scroll case, he puts it very secretively into the chest.
He's trying to put it in a way that it won't be easily seen.
So you just bury it and so you put it under hope. That seems safe enough.
By the
Famous
way,
last words.
By the way, Rick whispers to Hope, "Don't open it, and please, for God's sake, don't let anyone see it."
Hope gives you a salute and goes back to playing with the javelin.
You hear banging in the chest. Hope, stop doing that!
Yeah.
And you probably hear her landing on the dulcimer strings, making sour notes as she struggles to get up.
Okay, time to do this test.
Yeah. Okay,
Wake-
so take whatever seats you please. All I ask is that you not sit next to each other at all.
Already done.
It's got at one of the desks, Heaven.
Oh, I thought this was a desk.
No, those are bookshelves. The things in the center, those are desks. Yeah.
So it's going to be like the college dropout kid and just sits all the way in the back.
I mean, it's very like, oh wait, no, actually, you haven't been admitted yet. Damn it, it didn't work. Yeah. So, okay, so Lamine starts heading out, walking around. She starts handing out exams, and as she starts walking forward, the sunlight outside suddenly dims.
What's happening?
The-
Oh, right. For what it is, black sun, nothing to worry about. The city has many precautions against that.
Okay.
Oh,
Can I roll history on this?
You don't need to. The black sun and like Lundruck's pretty well protected with from it. Like you cremate all your dead. The catacombs are sealed. But by the way, you passed. You passed. By the way, you guys passed by that like scary looking building that Heaven passed by again. But that wasn't like, and that was an entrance to the catacombs.
Ah.
Yeah. Now you know why it's under such heavy guard.
Out of character, I thought it was like a necromancy building.
Hey, no, necromancy is outlawed in the city. Yeah, which is something you learned while studying.
Mm.
Yeah, but anyway, so nothing to worry about. Just and she starts handing out pens and papers and stuff in everyone's language, like prepared in everyone's language of choice, of course. Like it's all very official. Like your names are printed on and everything.
Thank
God,
God.
now I'm getting PTSD.
Yeah.
Miss, do you have old school style hidden cursive writing in Sylvan?
And she hands you one in modern Sylvan, and
Silas disappointed.
yeah, yeah. Turns out it's hard to do cursive with a printing press.
who would have guessed?
You got me there.
Yeah.
The mass produced after all.
Yeah, like she seems. Oh, roll insight. Why do I keep Xing out of character sheets? I really shouldn't do that. She seems faintly unamused by your request. Like, you get stern math teacher vibes from her, is what you get.
Oh man, disappointed
God.
teachers. I'm already in the good seat.
Oh God.
Yeah. So you you have an hour and a half. Begin, and she walks back. To her proctor's desk, where she is eyeing all of you like a hawk. Now, would anyone like to cheat?
No.
No.
Okay, because if you had anything clever in mind, that was your chance to say.
I didn't, sadly. You took everything from me.
Yeah, no, like, yeah, like, so, hold on while I pull up the rules I wrote up for this.
Oh God.
Relax, it's not that hard.
Actually, I would like to cheat.
Oh, well, there's something fun. What have you got?
I'm going to telepathically commune with Hope.
Okay, go on.
I am going to just move. I'm going to move to.
Like,
By
the way, she's got detect. Like, Lemon does have detect magic up and running, like visibly, but I don't know if that with a telepathic bond and with a familiar would like come up on that.
No, because it's a magic-like ability.
So,
Oh, it's a spell-like ability. Wow. Okay. Did you have notes you stored in there?
I did not. So this is where it's going to get tricky.
What exactly do you plan to accomplish then?
Shh, I got plans. So Hope is going to peek out of the chest after Scylla's orders.
Okay, hold on. And rolling perception to see if Lamine spots that. Like this. roll have your dragon roll stealth.
Okay. 11.
Her perception is a flat. Her perception is a flat 0, so this could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
She is looking at you, and not her eyes are off the chest at the moment.
So, can I speak now?
Yeah, you may.
I am going to use message.
That she will pick up, and just like no spell casting in the testing room, please. Like, I'll let you get your message off, but she will announce that.
All right. The message will basically be look for the book in the shelves. You'll recognize it. I gotta be right back.
Okay.
All right, see you in a bit.
Okay, so I don't know what she's referring to. So what are you? And so, Silo, what are you doing?
I'm going to have Hope stick to the ceiling as closely, as quietly as he can, if that's possible. How big is this place?
It's 2 stories up.
Okay, so that's a good chance. Hope is going to stick to the ceiling if he can, or fly very high to the ceiling, right above her, actually.
Above Lemaine.
Does she have a paper in front of her?
No, she does not. Well, she does have. Well, actually, she does have a paper, but have Hope roll perception real fast.
All right, I get keen sense as it's still relying on sight.
Sorry about that. My lunch arrived.
No worries. Okay, so unfortunately, I'm afraid, Silo, that it does not contain the paper in front of her. Does not contain the test answers.
So
sad days.
It is in fact a list of the people who are taking the test today and what kind of test they're taking.
So to clarify what I said, now I'm back. The message was, look for the familiar book on the bookshelf.
Okay.
So as a reminder, Rudy was standing over here earlier.
Yeah, I was going to actually link onto that.
Yeah, so I take it that one was directed at Hope?
No, CeeLo.
Okay.
And that's all I did.
Okay. CeeLo had ordered Hope to look for the familiar book. I'm sorry for derailing this for so long.
Oh no, this is interesting. Okay, so Hope is going to move. I'm going to ask you to roll another stealth check.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Gosh, these are scary. Why can't that be this way too?
Okay, so I mean, again, this is an even shot for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you suddenly hear a hissing noise. It is as one from under Lamine's hood comes a snake, and it's just staring directly at Hope.
Oh, interesting.
So Lamine slowly turns at Hope, walks and fires several magic missiles at Hope. And Hope
Well-
disappears in a puff of smoke.
Rest in peace, Hope.
I
You
was
may-
gonna say I can dismiss them, right?
Yeah, but it's too late for that.
Oh, okay.
Magic missile sounds like pew pew pew.
Yeah, like at this point, like you're I assume you're still making or looking at your paper, or like in
Yeah.
real time. Okay, so yeah, you probably don't even see this coming until it's too late. Like you just hear the magic missile go off, and like your vision for Cecilia into Hope gets gets cut off.
Actually, that made Wick flinch a little bit. Then he
So,
looks over
and then- Okay, so she's gonna roll insight real fast. What's your deception and bonus?
5.
Okay, so let's like, what are her
Well,
skills?
Looks like you'll have to actually do the test like a regular person, CeeLo.
Oh, dang.
You
That's
don't say that out loud, do you?
No,
Okay.
really wouldn't help out unless
Like-
she knew she couldn't get caught. Yeah.
And she, okay, Lamine glares at you, but cannot prove anything. But she says, "I'll be charitable, and and assume that this familiar got out on its own. There will be no further interruptions into this test. Understood?"
Was this directed at me?
Yeah, she is staring directly at you, and you feel something, just a hint of something like behind your eyes, like sort of a pressure behind your eyes.
Oh my god,
So-
she's pinching her brain.
So just nods.
Yeah. Good. And then, like, this faint glow that you didn't even notice was in her eyes just winks out, and the pressure is suddenly just released.
Yeah, it's the dread.
Jesus.
It's the dreaded teacher pinch, although instead of on the ear,
Oh no!
it's on her
This
brain.
was. Oh no! If you'd provoked her, it would have been in something much more. It's more dangerous.
I have a suspicion, but I'm not going to say it in stream. Anyway, Wick has flinched when the magic missiles were fired.
Yes. So. Okay. So, does anyone have anything else they'd like to try?
I
Not
just
at
wanna-
all.
I just want to ask, would there be books that are not in their proper positions? Like, would there be books out of place where people have just gone lazy and put them on the shelf?
Roll investigation.
Would we even be allowed to look at books?
I'm not taking the test.
Yeah, she's not taking
Oh.
the test.
Oh,
Yeah, like-
that's just a Rudy thing.
Yeah, basically, she has to stay clear of the tables, otherwise she's free to go. Rudy, everything appears to be in its proper upper place.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Really?
Rudy's in a side room at the moment. Okay, so I want everyone to roll an Arcana check.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, goody. Tellus has got an even shot at this, just like every other test in my life.
And with
Yeah,
Raya
that's-
rolling tonight.
Well,
So the test is
Ah.
an hour long, yes?
and that it is. Yeah, the test is roughly an hour long. Yes.
I'm nearly
What?
done. Rudy is going to slowly go through, like, go around each of the shelves over the hour, like, slowly paced out. Like, she's gonna stop at each one to look at the books. And, she's basically going to slowly make her way around and then try and retrieve a book, like, while the lady is clearly watching them, if you know what I mean.
And okay.
I'm just retrieving the book that I put there, that's all.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Well. Well. Either way. Okay. Mm, and all right. When the hour is up, I'm gonna. Okay. So, Heaven, I'm gonna say you're. I'm gonna say okay. So Talos, you did your best. Rick and Silo, you're feeling really good about the. You're both feeling really good about this one, actually. Heaven, turns out Heaven's a bit of a slow test taker, and she didn't quite manage to finish it. That's how I'm interpreting her 9.
Damn it!
Yeah, that feeling.
I thought I was done with it when I left college.
Well, I'm in grad school, and
Nope.
I'm choosing to share my pain.
You are a sadist.
I said earlier
Yeah.
he gave me PTSD.
No, I'm just reminded of my exams.
Yeah. Well, either way,
And-
well, when the hour's up, Lamine walks around and collects your test papers.
Heaven shrinks as she gives her test.
And now, next up, we'll now as she puts your test papers and she like seals them all in an envelope. Okay, next. Okay, next will be X will be okay. So everyone, now that your written exam is done, next will be the physical exam. If you'll just follow me outside, and when she says that, at all of the oh, actually, hold on, and Hope is dead. She shouldn't be here.
Yep.
And as she says that, all of the doors suddenly burst open, and a bunch of figures in gold masks walk in.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
And that and okay, I want each of you and I want each of you actually Talos, I think you're the Talos and Rick are the closest to the entrance at this point, so I want and so I want you all to roll perception just to see if you can get more details on them.
All right.
Oh, I can see it clearly.
Geez, you're on fire, Rick.
Yeah, like oh yeah, Rick's doing great tonight.
Yeah, double nat
So
20s. Triple
okay,
nat 20s,
Rick.
actually.
So you see figures in gold masks, and they in general. Oh. Hold on while I find the. Where's that picture I had? So I'm posting what they look like in Discord.
Okay.
Like they look like variations of this. Yeah, like gold mask, ornate clothes, but weirdly withered underneath.
I see.
And like, Lamine slowly turns at them, looks at them. Okay, so there's been a bit of a change of plans for the practical exam, and that is where we are going to end the session.
Dang it, another cliffhanger.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. There's not enough time for a fight today. Not at this point.
True. Can can Rick at least do a little cheeky remark?
Absolutely.
Okay. And they said Landrock is safe during the Black Sun. Mm-hmm. I knew I should have kept the flintlock pistol on me.
Not if you want your, not unless you want your test validated, young man. And okay, freeze frame there. Yeah. Okay. So, do you have fun with the college PTSD?
No, not really.
I mean, it was actually kind of fun and interesting for me, actually, because you know again, the situation of Talos just kind of coming in and more or less just doing a college exam is just, the mental image is funny to me.
Yeah.
Big giant
I mean-
man, tiny piece of paper.
Yeah. Okay, so, but this, although again, really, it's closer to a driver's license exam, in this case, but same basic trappings. But yeah, this one just got quite a bit more interesting, and we'll learn more about that next week.
Alright. Thank you all for tuning in. See you in a bit for Fractures of Reality, and see you next week for Flames of the Divine. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Me-
Bye.
Uh,